Okay. This is Annette Dion. I am the host and founder of the Psychic News Network, the one and only. We're using StreamYard. I'm still adjusting, so I just want to know if everything is good. Can you hear me okay? I know it's different because I'm in Maine. The ocean is right behind the curtain. Can't see it. So, yeah. Hello. Say hi. We have a lot going on in the news, don't we? Please check out our show from yesterday, Spirit Talk Podcast. Hello. We went over at length. We talked about what's going on with, what's likely going on with Tucker Carlson, who's gone pretty rogue, like anti-America. We have a segment of people, a large segment of people in our government who have gone full-on anti-American. Today, Matt Gaetz literally said that they have authorized that they're doing some kind of make a pact to support Donald Trump. I'm just going to say the name because that's what they're doing. They're trying to make a pact that the loser wasn't engaged in an insurrection. We're going to take a look at some cards. I confess that I forgot my cards, but I was just with my niece and she's loaning me her Mystic Gold Vintage cards, which you all have seen before. Oh, thank you. Listen to my song. I've been working on songs, putting them together. The ocean is inspiring. So we're going to take a look initially at, this is a big giant Himalayan salt lamp. Good vibes. We're going to take a look briefly at what's going on with this pact. I just wanted to kind of check the email that I got about this. So they want, the Putin Republicans want, they want us, let me explain. They want us to know that they're going authoritarian. And Matt Gaetz even used, we're saying authoritatively that blah, 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 something about that Trump was never involved in an insurrection. It wasn't an insurrection. So he's saying, Matt Gaetz is saying authoritatively, he used that word, that didn't happen. That Donald Trump wasn't doing that. And I know it's hard. When the entire country saw right in front of our eyes. That's what my song was about. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Welcome to Maine. I come here every few months. It's really disconcerting when people are telling you what you saw you didn't see. And here's the thing. The reason that I'm telling you how difficult this is for all of us is that it's so difficult. Emotionally, it's taxing us. Emotionally, it's really hard. We are proud to be a democracy. We're proud. Yeah, Kevin's saying it will not go through the Senate. And I'm just sort of speaking to see people turning on the United States of America is to see people, American citizens, turn on America and be anti-American and couple that with Tucker Carlson. We were talking yesterday, Kathy Beal and I, and Kathy just came right out with it. And she said, according to Tucker's chart, and I had read on Tucker Carlson on Monday night, and according to what I was reading prior to our show yesterday, according to what I was reading, I got the death card. I got that there was a big change coming for Tucker Carlson the Wheel of Fortune came up. I actually think that my psychic impression is that his life is in danger. And we can read about that. And you can just kind of like pass that off as any American who's in Russia, their lives are in danger. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at what whoever's posing as Putin, and the Kremlin, what their plans are. So yeah, good thinking, Jersey Shore. All of you said it was going to get real dark before it gets better. They're going real low and showing their true colors. It's fascinating to me how much they're putting it on display. Okay, so Cheryl H is saying, I just read an article from the EU just bashing him and letting him know he may be in danger of prison time. I get that. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. So we are in a place of like, what's happening here? Because we grew up in America, in a democracy, we kind of took it for granted a little bit, being able to count on democracy, being able to just go, oh, we're in a democracy. We live in a free country. How wonderful it is. And now they're mocking us. We have people, 147 insurrectionists in our government, making a mockery of what we've cherished and held dear our entire lives. Yeah, Tucker is a traitor, all right? That's an understatement, right? Tucker might want to watch those windows. And I'm not really sure what's going on in Tucker's brain, because I wouldn't be in Russia right now. I mean, we have a couple of journalists that are in prison. Nobody knows what happened to Navalny. I know he's, Russian, but. So, tomorrow is the eclipse right over you. There's an eclipse tomorrow? Are you sure, Betty? I would have known about that. We would have talked about it. We need to hold the light more than ever right now. Absolutely true. That's why we get together. I'm going to pull 3 cards about these insurrectionists in our government. And gosh, I'm just thinking that 2 nights ago, no, yesterday, after we found out that the loser is not going to be able to pass himself off as a king. After I heard that news, after we heard all that news about, he can't claim he's immune from prosecution, I immediately got the sense that Marjorie Trader Greene was flipping out. And lo and behold, she flipped out. Yeah, there's not an eclipse this week. Just to kind of brief you on the eclipse weather, the lunar eclipse that's upcoming is on March 25th, and the solar eclipse upcoming is April 8th. And it will make you feel better if you watch our show from yesterday, Spirit Talk Podcast. What I was asking Kathy, our amazing astrologer, I was asking her about the more nefarious people there. There's a lot of them, I know. Well, Marjorie Trader Greene tweets Scotchy, she was really flipping out. She walked out of the hearing that was being held. Marjorie Trader Greene, honestly, is up there wagging her finger like she's a mom lecturing her kids. And these are grown, experienced, like veterans of government that she's talking to, and she's got zero respect, and she's really losing it. Shockwave 43 is saying, Texas news, Greg Abbott rages at Texas. Wait, what? Hang on. Sorry if I'm jumping all over the place. You know that's what I do. Is being stripped of powers? Wait a minute. Who's Rogers? We'll read on Abbott. Remind me if I forget. Yeah, so Jamie Raskin, he baited her. Yeah, he baited her. It's B-A-I-T. It's hard enough for me to see the chat. It's B-A-I-T. If you can spell properly, that would be easier for me. The EU should sanction Steve Bannon. Okay. So Marjorie Taylor Greene walked out of the hearing, but she's wagging her finger. She is making an absolute fool of herself. And she's yelling, if you didn't catch this, just be patient if you can. If you didn't catch this, she actually kept on saying, there wasn't an insurrection. There wasn't we didn't have an insurrection. And she's saying, shame on you Democrats for saying that we're insurrectionists. Shame on you for saying there was an insurrection. And then she claimed that the actual insurrection was on Inauguration Day when we had many troops of National Guard and all this military. I remember they were sleeping on the Capitol floor, the National Guard, poor guys and girls. And she called that an insurrection. And I heard somebody saying, I don't remember who it was, but I heard somebody saying, I don't think she knows what insurrection means. It was probably on Midas Touch. I don't. And then she said that Jamie Raskin made fun of her. He didn't make fun of her. He calls her out on the lies. So if you call somebody out on the lies, you're not, that's not like making fun of you. It's saying, hey, I saw that. It's rumored that the DOJ sent out letters to insurrectionists in December. They are really coming unglued, right? Warren wants a group hug. Oh, we already exceeded 300 people. So how did that happen? Thanks for being here. Jamie did laugh though. Well, Jamie has a right to laugh. I mean, honestly, Electra Storm, I know you're just citing that Jamie did laugh. It's just when you compare that to the heinous, horrible things they have done and said about people, it's just mind-boggling. All right, group hug, ready? Everybody get into it. 1, 2, 3, group hug! Lift up your vibe. All right, thank you. I'm going to pull 3 cards on Tucker Carlson. This is a Mystic Gold Vintage. I think it's called something else. Oh, by Dark Forest. Okay. I have this deck. It's a different box. By the way, I was having such a hard time with the camera the other night, and Terry and I found out that there was a box for me to check, so I wouldn't be seeing myself backwards and all the images backwards. So we fixed it. All right, so let's see. Tucker. Cheryl loves these cards. These are very kind of two-dimensional cards. But if you want to learn how to read tarot, it's really best to start with something simple. So Tucker in Russia. Boy, these are hard to see. The 5 of Cups. The 7 of... I should have told my niece which cards to bring. These are really hard to see. The 7 of Wands, 2 of Cups, the 5 of Cups. About Tucker. This is about the money being offered to him. Oh, I can see it better up here. This is about the money being offered to him. And then Kathy Beale sent me a text message that said that Tucker has been offered a position in Russian media. Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? He's been offered a position. Bonnie Anderson is here and saying, hi, Annette, I'm here. Good. I'm glad you're here. What do you mean Putin ain't seeing anyone? What does that mean? So anyway, yeah. These are nice cards. So Kathy did send me an article. It was on Twitter, so I didn't go. X or whatever it's called. So I didn't go and read it. But Tucker's been offered a position by Russian media, and honestly, when I saw that, I wasn't surprised. But it feels like, that's why I'm talking about how this feels to us as Americans. It feels like a punch to the gut. It feels energetically like, wow, how could you do that to America? It's an assault. So Tucker, yes, this is making a deal. The guides are just saying he's a stupid man. He's a stupid man. Treasonous Tucker, yeah. Do I remember a number of years ago that what? RT was on YouTube? RT is a Russian channel? No, I don't remember that. Republicans want America to fail for Putin. Yep. I couldn't have said it better myself, Thomas. That's why it feels like a punch to the gut. Republicans are telling us, they're showing us that they're working for Putin. They're making it clear. Tucker's making it clear. He's over there making deals with Putin. It's unbelievable. And the Seven of Wands. Okay, so this is indicating, I'm just thinking about the Seven of Wands and the Rider-Waite. This is a man looking defensively. Tucker's also gotten a little bit of, he's got a little bit of trepidation too. RT was a Russian propaganda channel that got banned in the US. Yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, Wildflower Wind. It is completely unbelievable. This is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it. That they're up there and they're making the Putin Republicans, we need to start calling them what they really are. Like, I'm not going to be sitting here going, for entertainment purposes only, they're the Putin Republicans. No, Hillary Clinton told us way back when. Looked right at the loser and said, you're Putin's puppet. Excuse me, I need some water. Putin has not had an American interview him for 4 years. So I'm not really sure. Is that actually happening? I didn't bring my pendulum. I forgot my cards and my pendulum. I don't know. I guess I just needed to get out of town fast. Media needs to start doing, Media needs to start getting on top of this. Call it what it is. I'm going to pull 3 cards about people that are insurrectionists in Congress. Just basically, hey, Damon. Yeah. Literally, Hillary Clinton said this man is dangerous, and she looked right at him and said, you're Putin's puppet. Tucker can't get a job in media here in the United States. Russia is all he has left. I actually don't agree with that. I think that he could start a YouTube channel. I think he already did, and he doesn't need the money. Tucker got checked by Putin today. Tucker said he was the first foreign journalist to interview Putin. Putin said that is a lie through his spokesperson. So was there an interview? I'm pulling 3 cards about the what's going on with the Putin Republicans. You know, they had a meeting behind closed doors. The RNC, they used to be all out in the open. They had a meeting behind closed doors. Yeah, in Liz Cheney's book, yeah, there are so many insurrectionists in Congress. But you knew that, Warren, right? Like, that wasn't news to you. He's a journalist. Tucker's a journalist. He's not a journalist. I don't know why he's calling himself a journalist. The Republicans in Congress. The 10 of Cups, they're just going to start pouring it on. They're going to start pouring it on. Pouring on the propaganda. But it's interesting that it's not, they know it's not propaganda that they're doing, because the American people already know what happened on January 6th. The guides are saying the propaganda part is for their base. It's for their followers. So for the rest of us that have brains that haven't been brainwashed, we have the 6 of Swords, which is always representative of January 6th, the 6 of Swords. So this is about the Putin Republicans. what they're actually up to. They are going to pile on the lies like a waterfall. And it's not just that it's not just we're piling on lies because we're trying to fool people. It's not just that. I'm just going to tell you, their goal is to get enough of the American people programmed. Their goal is to get enough of the American people programmed, mind controlled. Do not go back to sleep. Darren saying she was reading Liz Cheney's book, but it was difficult to read the section on January 6th. Yeah. Well, at least you know. At least you know what's going on. I'm listening to it on Audible. That might be easier to take if you listen to it. Not that it makes the content any different, but it kind of goes by more quickly. But as far as the insurrectionists in our government, they are planning to, and what I feel like is they want to whitewash with a deluge of misinformation all that has to do with January 6th, because as it gets riskier and riskier for them, risking imprisonment or maybe needing to flee the country, I keep getting this word, the deluge of lies. Get ready. Yes, I actually cover a lot more when I listen to Audible, especially when I'm traveling. Like I drove like a little more than an hour to get up here, and I was listening to Prequel. So that might be a better book for you, Darren. Yeah, Prequel is Rachel Maddow's second book after Ultra, and the reason that I like it is because you very clearly see that we've been here before. Tucker Carlson could face sanctions in Europe for assisting a war criminal. Really good point. Thank you for bringing that up and being Putin's mouthpiece on as EU politicians look to impose a travel ban on him following the controversial trip. Thank you for that. That's very, very well thought out. That's really probably likely. Things are swinging our way. I just know that we've got to be active. And by the way, if you go under videos, I recorded my first rendition, or my first time ever playing the song for anybody. I wrote a song about January 6th. And I recorded it earlier with the same shirt on and everything. You can see the waves in the background. It's called We Won't Be Backing Down. I hadn't heard anyone who's written a song about January 6th, but I do have one. Electrostorm loves Audible. It's easier than actually reading. It is. Not that I mind reading, but I take in a lot more information when I listen to Audible books. Okay, so I'm going to go a little step further. So that was what to expect from the insurrectionists. And let's go ahead and see what's coming for them. Gray skies are going to clear up. Put on a happy face. Thank you, Thomas. A little beacon of light there. A few beacons of light there in the chat. Appreciate. Where's Neil Young? What do you mean, where's Neil Young? He's in California. Is that what you're asking? Neil Young is probably my biggest influence on myself as a songwriter. Yeah. And I was thinking about that today. Funny you should say that, Dr. Nancy. Because I was thinking earlier about, wow, those artists would, like the song Ohio about Kent State, those artists back in the 70s, in 60s and 70s, they saw something happening and they wrote songs about it. Okay, so this is, Warren's like, we're overdue for a dad joke. We're good. We're coming together. We're keeping the faith. We're being involved. We're getting people to be aware. I want to just, I'm reading now on what is going to happen to these insurrectionists that are in our government. having a little trouble seeing these cards. The Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, they're going to get shut down. They're going to wear the American people out. They're like they haven't already, right? They're going to wear the American people out. And the Two of Pentacles is they're just trying to keep their positions. They're just trying to keep their positions, the Putin insurrectionists. The Seven of Pentacles, they're really just trying to keep themselves in their seats is what I get. The Putin Republicans. And the Chariot means something's going to come at them very quickly. So somebody who was in the chat and saying they think that the letters, like the target letters, came in December. Let me see. Time for a dad joke. I brought shoes from a drug dealer once. I'm not sure what he laced them with, but I was tripping all day. Sorry, I don't have a bell. I don't think I have a bell handy. I have my guitar. We'll strum the guitar on that one. Just pretend that was a bell. Yeah, interesting. Something's going to come in really swiftly for them. Cheryl's cracking up. Cheryl liked that one. That's a pretty good dad joke there. That's such a good joke that it might not qualify as a dad joke. Marjorie Trader Greene. Let's just go specifically to her. Chuck Hebner has a really good Jane Goodall quote up there. It's kind of long, so read it. Marjorie Trader Greene. I mean, these people are shockingly awful. It's just shocking. Marjorie Trader Greene. Yeah, Thomas is hitting it out of the park tonight with the dad jokes. Marjorie Trader Greene. She's a little in over her head. I like the question marks, Terry. Let's hear it for Terry, the helper. Woo! Marjorie Trader Greene. I'm really picking up she's in over her head. She's kind of lost her footing. Well, and it makes sense too, because when you see Marjorie Trader Greene now, she's kind of like, she's losing, not that she has like a whole lot of composure, but she's really losing her composure. She's really, I had an image of her today. I'm just thinking about what it was. I was walking on the beach and I had an image of Marjorie Trader Greene. Literally, it's like walking down a path or a road and there's like speed bumps and she kept tripping and tripping and tripping. Everything is over Marjorie Trader Greene's head. Yeah, that's true. The troll that she is. I just kept feeling like she's and I kept getting she's tripping over her own lies. Not tripping like LSD. She's tripping over her own lies. What'd Jasmine say? Marjorie Taco Green, Grease. The Magician is now she's in a race to keep up with the lies. Well, you've seen them do this, right? Now she's in a race to keep up with the lies. Marjorie Trader Greene is like, okay, it's like, okay, what do I say? What did I say before? What do I say now? Like that. Like similar to Mike Johnson. MAGA Mike, recently, you may have seen this. He was asked by a reporter about the border bill. He was asked, did you talk to Donald Trump and he told you to not pass the border bill? And he said, no, I didn't talk to Trump. And like 12 seconds later, he said, well, I talked to Trump. Like they're losing track of their lies. And a lot of them are becoming like inundated and in over their head and feeling like, what do I say? What did I say before? That's what's happening to Marjorie Taylor Greene. And when she gets angry, you know that saying, I'm so angry I couldn't see straight? That's literally what's happening. She's so angry she can't see straight. Catherine saying, well, good, she can trip, then face plant. We are all waiting for her and Elise Stefanik trigger you. Yeah, Elise Stefanik has to go. She needs to go. And Ronna McDaniel, I'm pretty sure, is going to be out really soon. So as far as Marjorie goes, the magician card is saying she's going to keep attempting to lie and to act like she has keyword act like she has brains, like Boebert does. She acts like she has brains, but if you actually listen to what she's saying, it's nonsensical. They call it a word salad. Yeah, Ronna McDaniel is out. Is she officially out today? We thought she'd be done soon, Ronna McDaniel. Kathy Beale and I talked about that. She read her chart. Oh, Ronna McDaniel resigned. See, I went away for 2 hours and all this news happened. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is trying to figure out how to spin things more. The Five of Wands, very challenging. That's about having a hard time keeping up. And the Four of Wands, Marjorie Taylor Greene is leaning solely into the other insurrectionists in our Congress. She's really needing them to support her right now. I'm not saying that they are, but what I'm saying is that's all she has to literally fall back on, is the other ones that are lying. You love to see Marjorie go up against Jamie Raskin when he challenges her in committee meetings. Yes, and thanks, Marge. What's interesting about that, when Jamie Raskin, debates her, rather than seeing it as like it's a debate, he's challenging her. That's what they do. That's what it's about. Not that she actually does that, but rather than see she's being called out, he's citing the truth, and she needs to expect that rather than see it that way. What ends up happening is interesting. What ends up happening is she then calls it an attack. You thought they kicked Marjorie Taylor Greene out of the clique? CLIQUE. I feel like the English teacher. No, they didn't kick her out of. They kicked her out of the Freedom Caucus. They didn't. No, she's still in there. But all she has, according to what I'm reading here, all she has is them to lean back on. And she gets up and walks out. So she interprets Dan Goldman and Jamie Raskin and Jasmine Crockett, just rebutting her with factual information. She comes back with, "You're picking on me." It's like, wait, grow up. Don't dish it out if you can't take it. Rosa DeLauro from Connecticut made Marjorie look like an idiot, gave her a civics lesson. Oh, I missed that. I'm going to go look that up. Did you see that on Midas Touch? Who's stupid enough to take Ronna McDaniel's place? I'm feeling a male energy there. Marjorie is saying she could care less about the bipartisan bill to secure the border and that it's dead on arrival. They're not doing their jobs. They understand this if you don't already. Let me give you the scoop. They're not in there to serve their country. Bear with me. They're not in there to serve their country. The insurrectionists are in there to destroy our country. And that's what's becoming clearer and clearer. Like, did you hear Joe Biden say, now that they won't pass the border bill, his entire campaign, he's going to talk about that. The reason that we can't secure the border is because we gave them everything they wanted and they refused to sign it. And I'm actually getting a sense that in the long run, there's going to be a border bill. Once the Democrats take over, there's going to be a border bill that supersedes this one, which is not a good border bill. It's, like DACA children can't become citizens, that kind of stuff. Yeah, Marge can't handle the heat. Okay, we're spending way too much time on her. Get out of the kitchen if you can't stand the heat. She shouldn't be in that job. She has the mentality of a third grader, and third graders are smarter. Today, the Republicans declare in resolution that Trump isn't an insurrectionist. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, because they say so. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I was referencing earlier. That, yeah, I'm actually going to read on that. I'm going to actually read on how's that going to go. How's that going to go? That they have some kind of a loyalty pledge. Talk about a cult. I fired Marjorie Trader Greene. Yes, I did. I fired her in my mind. Talk about a cult. These Putin Republicans are now they're bonding together. They're joining forces together to say that we pledge loyalty to the loser. They're the loser loyalists. Are you putting up a quote about the loser? Loyalty to the country, loyalty to the United States is important. I mean, it depends on how you define loyalty. That's what Trump said once. My goodness, culture downers. I'm actually going to read on this. I'm going to read on how this is going to go. The loyalty pledge. Oh my gosh, it's like, get a life. Get a life. How is that loyalty for the LL, the loser loyalists? So we'll call it the LLP, the Loser Loyalist Pact. How? I mean, what? Like, no, would they have no self-esteem at all? They have to glom onto this monster of a human being? Marge is saying what irritates her is that several other readers say that Marjorie Trader Greene will get reelected and Boebert won't. Don't let readers irritate you. It's not worth it. Just saying. I can read on that, but I don't really see. No, I don't see her reelected. I don't know what they're. I don't see that. I see these people in trouble. How's that loyalty to the loser? Loyalty to the loser. That's kind of a night. Maybe I'll write a song called "Loyalty to the Loser." Marge, yes, do yourself a favor. Go to your own guidance, your own intuition. The loyalty to the loser pledge. The Four of Pentacles. They're afraid. The Nine of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this is the American people. They're going to become the laughing stock of the normal American people. For years, the GOP has had loyalty pledges. So how that's going to go is, well, I see a lot of desperation here. I don't know why they're afraid of him. Why are they afraid of the loser? The guides are saying he has that effect on them. And if you listen to people like Jessica Denson, who's on Midas Touch, she has Lights On. She has that show. She was in the cult. If you listen to people that were in the cult and they left, you can kind of see. Now, I'm not letting them off the hook, these insurrectionists in our government. I'm just saying that I'm picking up on a really strong sense of they're really afraid. I know you can't see that on this card. I'm just going with my experience of reading cards. And the Nine of Pentacles. There's money involved. A lot of them are really afraid. And a lot of them, I don't know why. I guess $175,000 a year. They're being paid of our money. They're so freaked out about losing that. So apparently most of them don't have any other skills. So they're stealing from us We're paying them to destroy America. So as far as the loyalty pledge, yeah, they're going to take it, but they're going to be like the laughing stock of America. Hang on, some cards fell. These cards are kind of slippery. Wow. What weird times we live in. The sheer number of death threats are going underreported. Yeah, it could be. It could be that. But you know what? There are 4 Republicans that would not agree to impeach Mayorkas. And you know what I did? I took a screenshot of their names. I remember Ken Buck was one. I took a screenshot of their names, and I'm focusing my mind on that expanding. The number of people that vote no to anything that the insurrectionists do or don't do. To anything they present. Like, that impeaching Mayorkas. What, he didn't even do anything. I mean, this has been a thing. Just impeach him. They didn't do anything, but let's just impeach them because we just don't like them. Gallagher was another. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm focusing my mind on visualizing that list of people that don't go along with the insurrectionists getting bigger. They've got to get a backbone. Did I see that Congressman Greene come in from the hospital to vote? From the hospital? Oh, Congressman Greene. Oh, I didn't know who you're talking about. Come in from the hospital to vote. Yes, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Marge. Imagine the people with brains and courage in the Republican Party. There are some. Imagine that number growing. So proud of the people who now see the light. Let me just remind everybody, the power of the mind is incredible. And that's why we get together every single Tuesday. Terry's going to throw that up there. I know she is. Every single Tuesday, we get together. We were on our 2nd year of doing this. We have 20 on Tuesdays, a guided meditation for a healed America. You receive the guided meditation recorded the next day, even if you don't come to the meeting. And that's the work that we're doing. And you know what? It's working. Okay, so I'm going to read on Biden. I am, and if you watch our show from yesterday, when you watch our show from yesterday, Spirit Talk Podcast, Kathy and I were talking about Joe Biden, and she kind of sees his chart as he's going to kind of take on a real kind of a spiritual quality with what he's doing. And what time on Tuesday? The guided meditation for a healed America is at 7 p.m. every Tuesday Eastern time. I always talk in Eastern time, just so you know. I'm on the East Coast. So we see Joe Biden being almost like a spiritual leader. And if you think about it, he has the spiritual qualities of compassion and caring and service, genuine selfless service, genuine compassion for people that are suffering. And I mentioned having seen the video of, how the president is there saluting the caskets that come back from overseas. And I just felt like he just felt the need to sob, but couldn't because he's the president. And he's a genuine good guy. Thank you for the donation. By the way, you can donate to my channel. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about Biden and how this is going to go on the campaign trail. He has a lot of support. I started donating monthly, and today I got a text promotional text from the Biden campaign, and I'm going to do this. There, you can win a chance to hang out with Joe Biden and Barack Obama if you give a donation. If you want me to forward it to you, let me know. I'm definitely going to donate, even though I've already signed up to donate $25 a month to the Biden campaign. And anything you can do is helpful. But how fun would that be? Take selfies with Joe Biden and Barack Obama? Oh my gosh. You know me, I'd be in my element. I hope I win too. Y'all want to go? It came in a text message. I usually don't like to get text message promotions, but that was a good one. So Joe Biden, he's facing the devil. Joe Biden is facing the devil. Speaking of that, thank you, Warren. Speaking of facing the devil, honestly, I thank God for Midas Touch, because I would miss this stuff otherwise. And I really, even if it's disturbing, I'm glad when I see what's going on. I hadn't seen video of Marjorie Trader Greene going to meet with the hostages in the DC jail. Boy, does that woman lie. Anyway, the devil card is making me think of this. She literally was kneeling at the feet of a jailed insurrectionist in an orange suit who was probably just sitting there like, this woman's crazy. I mean, what if these people that are in the DC prison actually feel remorse? They actually are in a place of, well, I don't know what happened to my brain. I must have been, hypnotized by the hysteria of January 6th. What if they have genuine remorse? And she's there and she's literally on her knees, almost praying. And there's people outside the prison, the jail, the bars, that are, oh, Jesus. And they're saying the Our Father, and they're saying, please protect these hostages, and please, they're saying the Our Father. And she literally kissed the guy. I am not kidding you. Cheryl saw it. It was so disgusting. Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. No insult to wolves. So Joe Biden is facing the devil. It was pathetic. I mean, and you get like, oh, you kind of laugh about it and it's so pathetic. And then on the other hand, it's like a punch to the gut. It really is. Jen, I can't repeat that. She does have an obsession with sex, doesn't she? I'll just say that. That's all. I'll stop now. The 10 of Wands. Okay, so this is about Joe Biden. The world is watching. And this is, I cannot believe how hard it is to see these cards. Wait till I see my niece. The Hermit. Okay, so I have this sense that what Joe Biden is going to see is the loser being isolated. This is the devil and this is the Hermit. The loser being isolated. That's interesting. It's a cult Biden is up against, and he knows it. It's a cult. And it's really interesting. I'm very fascinated by how much they're telling us. Like when Matt Gaetz said, we've authorized that Donald Trump is not an insurrectionist. We've authorized it. That's authoritarianism. They're just saying it. According to Liz Cheney, Boebert was communicating with the January 6th crowd from inside the Capitol. Yes, and her mother was outside with a megaphone. Okay, so more about the Biden campaign. This is fascinating. We live in fascinating times as the world is coming together because of Joe Biden and the 10 of Wands. It's a heavy burden, but the divine has the world in its hands. Remember, he's got the whole world in his hands. 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 I don't know, I just felt that, like, the divine has the world in its hands. And Donald Trump, the loser, will be isolated. This is the devil, and this is sorry. This is the devil, and this is isolation. I almost went to a store in Portland, Maine. I didn't have enough time. I'm going tomorrow to get a new deck, because you can never have enough tarot decks. But anyway, it looks like during the Biden campaign, the loser is going to be isolated. The devil is going to be isolated. Evelyn keeps sending white light to Biden. I always send white light to Biden. I pray every single day, and I know so many people, so many other people do. Hey, on, dropped your card again. We have a lot of people in the chat tonight, so I want to say thank you for being here. Much appreciate you being here and joining us. We're kind of like a democracy clique. Say hello if you want, or if you want to be a lurker, that's fine too. All right, Joan was singing. Yes, good. Okay, let's ask about the border bill. And I think they were voting on something else today too, but I kind of lost track. It happens. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe too. I'm going to pull 3 cards on the border. Like, I just keep getting this sense that a couple of things. One is that Ukraine is going to get aid. I don't know exactly what's going to happen that precedes Ukraine getting aid, but I do feel that Ukraine is going to get aid. And prior to today, I saw, and I did mention this on PNN, I saw a way that Joe Biden seemed to be working with other world leaders, our allies, our NATO allies, to kind of had this feeling to it. Front us the money, and then when all this, ridiculousness clears up, and it will pitch in. So Schumer is supposed to work on some kind of a bill so that at least the foreign aid gets passed, the arms aid to Ukraine. And right after I said that, I feel that came back to Tucker Carlson. So what Putin is trying to do with Tucker Carlson, back to him again, back to Tucker. We can just replace the T with an F. I feel like whoever's posing as Putin wants to intervene with aid coming to Ukraine from NATO. I feel like Putin kind of knows that the Biden administration would be attempting to go kind of in a different way to get the aid to Ukraine. Okay, so did I hear they're looking for their what? At Pensacola Federal for a place to dump Trump after he gets convicted? No, I haven't heard that. The smaller the place the devil is in, the safer we are. Yeah, that's interesting. Heather's asking, will Jack Smith indict the insurrectionists in Congress? This is so funny. I'm so tempted to say indict. You mean indict? I'm just kidding. That's how Marjorie Trader Greene says it. Yes, the answer is yes. He will. He will. Okay. So as far as funding, I'm asking about the funding right now. So just so you know, they wrapped it all up into the border bill because that's what the Republicans wanted. All this, they got everything they wanted, and then they said, nah, I don't want it. Evelyn doesn't feel 45 will live that long. One can only hope. So, all right, the Moon card is coming up and the Nine of Cups. Okay. I do feel like the aid will get to Ukraine. It's going to be in a kind of behind the scenes way. Kind of finagling things, manipulating things, not in a nefarious way, but just kind of cleverly moving things around. The Moon card is coming up. They're feeling really bad. I heard Eric Swalwell say that to have to tell the Ukrainians that desperately need this aid after the Putin Republicans, he didn't call them that, I'm calling them that. They said that they wouldn't pass the bill. Eric Swalwell said it was so hard to tell them. It was so hard to tell them. So I do see how emotional this is. The Ukraine really needs this aid. And we need for Ukraine to have this aid. This is our national security at risk. So it's been, I know, it's been really tough. But the Three of Cups is a celebration card, and the Nine of Cups is there's plenty of money for Ukraine. It just, it's interesting, the cups are turned upside down as if to say there's plenty of money for Ukraine. Yeah, I get that that's what Biden will do. Biden has enough experience to know there are ways around these obstacles. Zelensky knows who Trump is. Yeah, Zelensky knew from a long time ago. Zelensky always knew that Trump was in bed with Putin. Don't take that literally, it will make you feel nauseous. You're amazed 45 has been standing for the last 2 years. Well, Janice, I have a theory, and it's that you can make a pact with the devil. You can make a pact with the dark side to make you strong. I'm not saying that it's going to last forever and ever. Okay, let's look at MAGA Mike, because I'm feeling Joe Biden getting really strong. I really am. And we have been talking too also about Joe Biden has a lot of Scorpio in his chart. You do not cross a Scorpio. Any Scorpios out there? I'm not a Scorpio, but I do have a lot of Scorpio. I kind of have a lot of what Joe Biden has, actually. His moon is in Taurus also. And that's a fixed sign. So that all that fixed energy, you don't mess with that. If you think that somebody with those kind of astrological, planetary things going on, if you think you can push them around, that energy is not budging. So MAGA Mike. Warren says MAGA Mike is on the way out. Yes, we've been seeing that. And I'm so unnerved when I see that man. It's a good thing he's not around me personally, because I would give him a piece of my mind. Didn't the EU confiscate Russian assets? I think that, yes. Yes, Evelyn's a Scorpio, so you know what I mean, right? I mean, it depends on other things that are going on in your chart too, how dug in you are. But you don't mess with Joe Biden. He acts nice, but you don't. I mean, what he's doing to Hunter Biden. And by the way, the Hunter Biden thing is going to just fall apart, and the Biden impeachment inquiry, that's just going to fall apart too. So MAGA Mike, 5 of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. I feel him just kind of treading water, just trying to keep his head above the water, MAGA Mike. And the Queen of Pentacles. The money is going to be traced and tracked. Remember, MAGA Mike doesn't have a bank account. We are Scorpios. Keep everyone close. Yeah. You're a Scorpio? The 5 of Swords, MAGA Mike, he's just trying to keep his head above the water because, and I can see it in him whenever I look at him, The money is being tracked. That's what I just get that. The money is being tracked when I read on MAGA Mike, MAGA Moses Mike. Term limits would have eliminated someone like our President Joe Biden. Yes, I totally agree with, I don't agree with term limits. I agree, just talking about that topic. I don't agree that, oh, at this age, you can't run for office. I don't agree with that. What I do agree with is that people take some kind of an ethics test, some kind of a morals test, and that they go through some kind of see how you respond in these different scenarios evaluation. Mike is ill? You mean ill like physically ill? Oh, it's getting late. All right, if you want to post a question up, you can. And otherwise, obviously, I don't have my teacup. Obviously, I forgot everything. I do want to say that I do have a special offer. If you want a reading this is like half price. The Stop the Winter Doldrums readings that I'm offering raises your energy because I do an energy evaluation on you and I tell you what will help you to lift your energy. I don't have my tea leaves tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, so we'll do that on Friday. There's a free class starting this Saturday. Please read what Terry's putting up there so I don't have to stop reading the cards to tell you all this. Heather's asking, is Melania leaving Trump when Barron turns 18? Don't you think that Melania's already left Trump? How much will Judge Engeron will say the loser has to pay New York? I already read on that. I said 400 million. When is that? Do you know? Yes, I already answered that, but you can ask a question. I apologize if I'm a smart ass and I'm like, Melania she already left him. They never had a marriage. They had a business arrangement. Okay, so what we'll do is I'm going to pull 3 cards for the community. And I want to ask you again to please subscribe and please hit the thumbs up. And I want to thank you so much for being here tonight. Please book a reading. Well, you don't want all my talent to go to waste when you could be using it for yourself. It's all about you. When you get a reading, it's all about you. You get your life purpose, mediumship, you get a tarot reading, you get the pendulum, you get past lives, it's all 30 plus years experience here. Let's talk about you. It's all about you. People like that, right? 3 cards for the collective. And then we'll go back to watching the news. And I'll be back Friday. PNN is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7. And in between, I intersperse it frequently with videos of, that are pre-recorded. The Chariot. There's a lot that's going to happen towards, from now till the end of the week. It's going to kind of be hard to keep up. Melania probably had a huge life insurance policy on 45. Melania has a boyfriend. Just since we're on the topic. The Chariot, the 6th, we're going to hear a lot about January 6th. And the 4 of Swords, this country, talk about Trump derangement syndrome, try Trump fatigue syndrome. Take breaks, but come back to the news. Take breaks, but come back to the news. Take breaks, but come back to the news. Come back to democracy organizations. Pro-democracy channels like this one. Take breaks, but come back. Don't check out. So important. When is a crony judge in Florida going to be removed by Jack Smith? A crony judge? Are you talking about, who are you talking about that's a crony judge in Florida? Are you talking about Cannon? Democracy is alive. We have to keep it, to keep things alive, like you have to feed them, right? Aileen Cannon. I guess I always think about a crony as being somebody who's old. I think that she's gonna, the meeting that she had with Jack Smith, I really felt like Aileen Cannon. Remember I said, if you were here, I said, I see them in that meeting and I see Jack Smith just mostly listening. And also letting her know the seriousness of the crime against her country that she is potentially committing, if she hasn't already committed a legitimate, like, bona fide crime already. Keep the faith and spread positive energy to remove the loser. See him encased in a glass dome, surrounded by his own fumes. Visualize what you want to see happen. Visualize America having a strong democracy, people coming together. I'm working on a record. Starting next week, I'll be recording. The record's going to be called Songs for Democracy. So, do what you can. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And also remember, Church of Spirituality is every Sunday at 1. And you can always watch the past services if you need upliftment. And who doesn't need that? All right, I'm liking the StreamYard. It's working well to have things scrolling. I love you all. I'll say hi to the ocean for you from, Maine. And want to do a group hug before we go? All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, thank you for the compliment on my songs from this afternoon. 1, 2, 3. Group hug! All right. Love you lots and see you soon. You rock. Don't forget that. Give yourself a pat on the back. All right. Namaste.